Good morning. Welcome to Randy's Corner, and I'm your host, Randy Clark. Today is Tuesday, August the 8th, and you won't believe what day it is. Today is National Pickleball Day, and y'all know I love some pickleball. Let me read a little couple of paragraphs to you here I got on National Pickleball Day, and then we're going to go straight to my guest, Mr. Jonathan Douglas, and we're going to talk pickleball here in Sylacauga. All right, National Pickleball Day. Today is August 8th, and National Pickleball Day on the National Day calendar to celebrate a popular paddle sport that continues to gain popularity. In the spirit of this new sport, we are sharing our curiosity and support for a game that is enjoyed by people of all ages. Pickleball is a paddle sport that combines tennis, badminton, and table tennis in one. Pickleball has actually been around since 1965 and originates in Bainbridge Island, Washington. There were some friends that got together and they made some paddles and hit some balls, and one thing led to another, and they was trying to figure out what to name this game. Well, one of them had a dog named Pickle, and Pickle kept chasing their ball and tearing it up and getting rid of it. Well, guess what? They just named the game pickleball. Many people refer to pickleball as a sport, even though it is a low impact, allowing people of all ages to play. The easiness of the game also allows retirement communities to offer it as an activity for seniors. Despite the sport being low impact, you can burn over 250 calories and take up to 7,000 steps during a 30-minute game. Pickleball brings friends and family together for social interaction. It encourages people to make new friends and enjoy physical activity in a fun environment. Best of all, pickleball is a good way for people to work out and improve cardiovascular health, hand-eye coordination, and balance by keeping people active. Some of the ways that to celebrate National Pickleball Day. Join a pickleball league in your area and enjoy making new friends while getting exercise. Invite family and friends over for a cookout and create teams to have a pickleball tournament. Host a pickleball clinic to teach people in your community how to play pickleball. Plan a pickleball tournament in your area and donate entry fees to a local charity or nonprofit organization. Share your stories, photos, and events about pickleball on social media, tagging #National Pickleball Day. Now, my guest this morning, Dr. Jonathan Douglas, he's one of the, may I say, founding fathers of pickleball here in Sylacauga.
We can take that.
Will you go with that?
I'll go with that.
There was a few of us got started back in February. I think maybe 8 to start with. Mm-hmm. And last week we had over 65 people come and play pickleball.
Yeah, we have 170, I think, on the Sylacauga Pickleball Facebook page now, and then, I mean, drawing 65 people in one night, it's pretty overwhelming.
It was amazing. I know, our summer hours are 5 to 8 on Tuesdays.
Correct.
And you usually don't get there till about 6 because you have patients up then.
Correct.
Let me tell you something, Jonathan. I was running around like a crazy man from 5 to 6 until you got there. Mm-hmm. Could you explain a little bit about the excitement that has just exploded in pickleball? And also, would you tell the viewers our youngest age? And we ain't necessarily going to talk about me, but we got. I do want to say there's a couple people older than me playing.
That's correct.
And
that's correct. I was looking at it last time. We had 65 people there, and we had a 7-year-old, and I know we have 70-something-year-olds.
Right.
So that is literally our range, and they're out there playing together. And I think one of the things in society that's really lacking is children interacting with elders, grandparents. I did that. I think it's so important to your development to be around people older than you. You learn different things. And so to have a 7-year-old playing with a 70-something-year-old, that's an interaction that doesn't happen a lot. And they were having the best time, and both of them learn. It makes one younger, and it makes one learn about life.
Right.
So, but I was thinking about what makes us so different as I was sitting there looking at all these people and thinking, what have we done with this situation? It has grown beyond what we thought it would ever do.
Right.
But the thing that makes us so different, and I've been to several pickleball groups now, when you walk up to a typical pickleball group, at least what I've seen, not our group, then there's a little bit of a barrier, I would say. You don't necessarily know what's going on. You don't know who to play with. You have to figure out the rules. And one thing I think we've done right is we give free lessons and we bring beginners in, and everybody out there is okay with helping a beginner. They might show up and want to play a big match, and they might end up hitting balls with a first-timer for a little while, right? And everybody puts in that effort because they know if they prime that pump, then we can have more players showing up.
Right.
I think that's the thing that makes us special, and I believe that's why we're growing, because free pickleball lessons doesn't happen anywhere else I've seen. And for people to just devote time, this is all volunteer stuff going on here, and for people to devote time like that is really unusual, and it's really special, I think.
Right. That's because we love it.
We love it.
You know, I would have to say that probably 6 out of our 8 original people, we're out there helping the beginners.
Every time.
I love it. And if we could go over this for just a minute, the way we got things set up at the Sylacauga tennis courts, courts 1, 2, and 3 are for beginners. In other words, court 1 is for somebody that's never touched a ball, never touched a paddle. We get them out there just teaching them how to hit the ball, getting it over the net.
Sure.
And then court 2, we kind of teach them how to keep score.
Correct.
And then court 3, maybe they're ready to play a game. But courts 4, 5, and 6 are for our intermediate players. And I mean, we just have one side of the tennis courts lined up with lawn chairs, people sitting out there. And the way we kind of do it is the folks in the lawn chairs, you kind of look at courts 4, 5, and 6, and you kind of see where you're at and your level of pickleball playing.
Sure.
And then you pick you out a court, and of course we hang our paddles on the nets, and you're the next to play.
So if you don't know that, when you go up to the tennis net, if you want to play, you just stick your paddle into the right side and let it hang.
Right.
And so that means you're next one up. And it depends on how busy it is. If it's really busy, then we're going to have 4 people play a game, and then they cycle off, and then 4 more people come. If we have enough room, then we're going to have 2 people leave. Losers leave, winners stay on, and you stay on for 2 or 3 games. And so we're trying to make it really clear to people which one we're playing, because with 65 people, we were cycling people on and off a lot. You still get to play a lot, but you are going to be coming off to let others have it. But if you have any questions about the paddle system or anything, just grab somebody, because everybody out there is nice and everybody wants you to succeed.
Yes.
And if they don't know, they'll help you figure it out, and they need to know anyway.
Right. Could you talk for a minute about the paddles and the balls that you have with us today?
Sure. So you're going to see most people out there, and I didn't actually bring a standard. This is mine. Most of them don't have a rounded edge, but if you've never held a pickleball paddle, we have paddles out there. Parks and Rec has gotten us paddles, so we can, I think we have like 20 extra paddles or something now. But it's very short compared to a tennis racket. The ball does not bounce very much compared to a tennis racket.
It compared to a wiffle ball.
It's very much like a wiffle ball, and it's really an advantage because the ball doesn't go so far, and so people with any kind of mobility issues, it's very easy to get in and play and not have to run as much as tennis. But then this is a really unorthodox one. I brought it. I just got this. I'm playing with it a little bit. Someone in Gulf Shores plays with one, and this is how exotic a pickleball paddle can look. Apparently, this is what they think might be the future, this ergonomic kind of paddle. So you'll see a lot. Everybody's going to have a different paddle. Everybody's going to have a different opinion of paddle. It really doesn't matter. If you just get out there and you're a beginner, we've got the stuff for you to start with, and then don't buy anything before you ask some people and say, what do I need?
Come out there and play with some of the paddles that we got.
Just come play.
And, you know, some of them square, some of them's round, some of them's got handles a little bit longer.
Sure.
They're different size weights, but
just find what you like, and if you see somebody playing with one, say, hey, can I try yours? Everybody will let you try it and see what you like.
Right. The people, and let's mention Sylacauga Pickleball Club.
Okay.
If you haven't joined, you need to join this webpage.
Yeah, so Sylacauga Pickleball. And we're rebranding it. We're going to have some new logos. We have someone that joined that actually brands. And so she's taking this over, Mackenzie, and she's going to make us some beautiful logos, and we can have shirts or we can have whatever we want to have with this.
Right.
But yeah, go on Facebook and join. We've got everything really goes through there. So if you're looking at times or what's going on, we're also working on building teams. So we have a Tuesday night, we go out there, and what you're talking about the courts, the 6 courts, that's a Tuesday night event. We don't have that going on other days. Other days,
Right.
tennis has priority on that courts 1
Sure
and
they
2.
do.
So Tuesday's our only night we have courts 1 and 2. But Mackenzie's working hard on getting us branded, and we're going to create some teams where people can get together on off days and just schedule things themselves, and then we can start to have some ladders and say, you know, this is our number 1 team. We can have some challenges, and again, it's all for fun. So we don't want people to be intimidated by playing, but if you'd like to play and you've never really been in a sport where you had to play against people and compete, it would be a really good way to do it and see if that's something that excites you.
Right. Well, it excites me.
It does me
I know
too.
it excites you, and
Yeah.
we got a lot of people out there that's excited.
I think the most amazing thing is parks, in my opinion, a park is for kids and families to be out interacting and laughing and having a good time. And if you come out, if you just sit and watch, we have people that just come and sit and watch,
Yeah.
by the way, and just love watching. You hear nothing but laughter. You see nothing but kids out there with their families. You see older people, you see younger people. They're all interacting. These are people that were not exercising 6 months ago. They're doing something totally different, and they found something that excites them, and that creates a healthier community in a lot of ways.
Right. Let me read one more thing right here for people that don't think it's good exercise.
Gotcha.
For right here it says, despite the sport being low impact, which it is, you don't move a whole lot, you know, and you can burn over 250 calories and take up to 7,000 steps during a 30-minute game. That's pretty good exercise.
It's amazing exercise. You see people sweating
Oh, yeah.
out there. I mean, you really do. But yeah, it's just an amazing thing. The
Right.
pickleball thing is amazing. I don't know how to say anything else. It's beyond what we ever thought it would be. It's going to continue to grow. At some point, we're going to see a lot more courts taken up with pickleball because people love it. You can learn it in 30 minutes.
Yes.
Literally, we grab people.
Right.
And in 30 minutes, somebody who's never touched a racket is playing. That does not happen in tennis. I love tennis. I mean, there's nothing I love more than tennis. But pickleball is easy and gets people moving, and that's amazing.
Right. And we got to thank the rec for giving us Tuesdays.
It's amazing.
They let us have the whole center for Tuesdays, and it takes it. Tuesdays really. We got some other days in the work, like we play on Sunday nights too. We get a group together and play from 6 to 8.
Sure.
Now our summertime hours are from 5 to 8. But once tennis season starts, then we'll go from 6 to 8 because they practice till 6.
That's correct. So the tennis players have been so good about letting us have that Tuesday night and having those courts. And so we're going to be really, really good about making sure we don't interact at all with high school tennis. Because we want tennis and pickleball to work well together and not be a problem. And so if anybody goes out to play pickleball and you see the high schools out there, just realize high school has priority over
Sure
that.
they
That
do.
is, yeah, that's the
I mean,
important.
everybody understands that.
Sure.
There's no question about that.
Sure.
But I'd say we're about out of time, but there is some other things working around town. We got some people building some pickleball courts.
There are other
So
courts. Yeah.
we'll talk about those once they get built. But thank you so much for coming
Thanks for
in,
having me.
Jonathan.
Appreciate it.
National Pickleball Day.
It's cool.
Thank you for tuning in to Randy's Corner this morning, and we'll see you next time.